16 and a 5, which are both misses. 16 hits, and does an 18 hit?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Oh, did you move the other one down to
Okay,
3
so
now,
hold on one second. So 1 bite attack, it gets you 3 damage. The other one is the claw. Oh, 7 damage. So 10 damage. Down, Domdor drops. What now, Cade?
You had to remove one mentioned kill. Shouldn't there only be 3 lizard men on those guys, not 4?
Mention killed it.
You went from 5 to 3. So Meal killed 1. Mention killed 1.
Ah, yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Yep. You're right.
It's not going to matter.
It was still those two that were attacking.
Yeah.
This one finally is like, as it like gets to move into the fight finally, and runs up to attack, and is going to get, let's see, is going to hit with one and miss with the other. She tries to duck out of the way, but sort of hits into the shoulder. It's like Go into the music tab, click add, drop down to all music, search up On Death Gen Titus. Oh, really? Oh, my God, man. I should have actually been playing more music behind this. That's a good call. I'll do that a little bit after our first break. Okay, so does hit Mention. Mention looks kind of a little hurt, but not too bad. Now, let's see. Everyone up here is dead. So,
yeah, pretty much.
So these 3 keep moving, start moving in. And as they start moving in, so these 3 of them run up to Stampy and drop to their knees and start doing one of these things.
Told you we should just send that damn thing in there.
They couldn't have done it last turn?
I say for my gurgly death.
Nope. They were apparently dealing with the initial threat. And Stampy just looks at them and goes, you know, and actually drools. But it's actually not paying any attention. It's running still towards Reckon over here, trying to move towards Reckon. Although it's kind of blocked by the 3 of you because Reckon is hiding near here. Also, this finally dissipates, so the smoke is now gone. And all right, Cade, we're back up to the top. Here we go with the strikes.
What's her face is not in the smoke though, right?
Nope, not in the smoke. Gone.
That'd be hilarious if she like boom smoke.
She was like she didn't even move.
Oh come! All right, wait. I'm re-rolling that one.
Why?
Lucky. I can re-roll because I'm lucky. I can re-roll any saving throw, attack roll, or something else. I'm re-rolling it. I have to.
Is that like once a day or something?
Anytime I get a 1.
Or oh, anytime you get a 1, you can re-roll it?
Yep.
Wow. That is lucky.
Let's try that. Yeah, well, it's not going to help me too much longer, but let's go for it.
Okay.
Jesus, come on. Watch, I'll do it again. This will be hilarious. I can't see.
What happens if you roll 1 and then you roll another?
Okay.
Then you're screwed, I guess. Okay, right. You are okay. No, no damage. No further damage.
I don't know how I'm going to get healed.
Okay, Domdor, you're up.
Death
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Gurgle, 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 exactly.
Jesus.
Strike 1.
Strike 1!
These rolls have been so bad for us.
Oh, God, yeah, dude.
For all of us, dude.
All right, Fing.
Except Mention.
Mention missed the first 2 times, too. It was later that she started to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
All right, you are fine. No further damage. Okay, Ginny is already. We already know the deal there. Solil.
Hey now.
4 strikes.
Total party kill to show us who's boss.
Yep, exactly.
Right, then I'm gonna mic drop and like shut off the stream. Okay, let's see.
God damn it! All right.
Well, actually, I think that counts.
No, you got a 10. That's all right. You're fine.
Oh, that counts. I thought you had to.
No, you don't. No, as long as it gets up there. That con modifier is +2, right? You have a +2. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Samil, you are up. You have 3 guys left in front of you.
Good job.
So what happened
That's
to
a
me
hit.
from that roll, though?
Nothing. Like, so you're just even, Steven. Still no, like, neither direction.
Oh, so that was my 3rd successful one, though.
It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't work that way. It's just moving you. Oh, wait, actually, wait a second. I take that back.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Yes, I'm sorry. That's correct. So you've been successful 3 times, so you are now stable. So you are not going to die unless something tries to come up and hit you again.
Well, high five, everybody.
Woohoo! There you go.
I can do something from my back.
Okay.
I did 4 damage, and I was aiming for the one in front of Mention to help her out.
Okay. Then so that was the one that just jumped up, though. That just came up, right?
Let me ping it for you.
It was that one, which I think just stepped over the body of its comrade. Yeah, that one. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you hit it. It's not dead, but it's hurt and stuff. Okay. Let's see. Now Mention is, this time she doesn't do the doubles. She seems a little bit tired. So this time she's just going to roll normally, but does hit again.
Yes, Link and tenth a very succinct way of putting it.
Wow, and drops another one. These damage rolls are off the hook. That's what happens when you roll 1d12. Nails this one that was right in front of her. So the one that you had already helpfully tagged. You guys double team it, as it were. Okay, so that leaves us with 5. All right, so first of all, the 2 are going to continue to attack. Actually, Domdor's already down. So this one is going to move up to... One is going to engage Mention, and one is... No, by walking right on top of her, because of course. And one is going to engage Samil. So the one that engages Samil...
Brown is Samil. Brown is Samil.
Hmm?
Not the pink. Pink is down. You want the brown one for
Domdor.
Samil.
Oh, damn it. My bad. Okay, sorry.
Right.
Either way. So
He's
let's
not
see.
gonna waste time on the bleeding dwarf.
It was all the same area. Okay. Let's
Yeah, well,
see.
technically, yeah, but you want to be accurate. I mean,
18 and 20. 18 and 20, Smil?
I have AC of 18, so
Okay,
it's a
so those
20.
are both hits.
God.
So that's going to be ouch.
Yeah.
That's going to be 9 points of damage total.
Okay, I still have 1 hit point.
Yes.
Okay, and then the
Make
other
that
one
a-
is
I'll be
attacking Mention.
So impressed.
All right. One of those misses, one of them hits. It's the claw that hits, unfortunately, for Mention. Does a significant amount of damage there. So she's clutching her. You can see blood starting to come out of her arm. Still not as much as you would have expected, though, given the wound. It's a little surprising that she's not even worse hurt. Although she's... I mean, you haven't had a chance to look too much, but it seems a little... You know,
She's a demi-lich.
something, some good fighting style or something or other. These 3 just continue to worship Stampy. By the way, Reckon at this point, and I should probably place him. Reckon has gone over here. Let me put him. Hold on 1 second. All right. Reckon has gone over here and is kind of cowering by the altar. So Stampy is going to go up, basically runs up behind Mention, and doesn't attack Mention, but just sits there hissing, like looking clearly at Reckon.
The wrong way.
Yes, and then the lizard men here sort of rather comically look up and note that Stampy has run away, and they all get up as a group and run over next to them. No, not like that. Stop. Run up next to... Okay. They don't run up next to it because I can't get roll 20 to select what I want to select.
They're stuck there.
Oh my god. There we go. They run up like this.
They've unwittingly rooted themselves to the floor and are no longer in the battle.
Yes. They run up next to him, and then they drop down to their knees and start doing the worshipping thing again. Like that kind of deal. Not the most effective combat strategy, but it seems to be what they want to do.
But
Okay,
it's one that
Cade.
you target in the hood.
Cade, Death Strikes.
Yep.
Is that what you do, Glock? In before 1. Direct 2!
That's 2 minuses. Unbelievable.
Okay, you had 1 success, John?
Is that a, wait. Okay, dude. Wait. All right. It showed a 2, but it came up a 1 on my die
dice
over
is
here.
just-
This
it's
the
jacked up,
program
yeah.
is screwy.
Yeah, I know. I
If
don't know
that's a
what's
1,
going
I
on
would
with
take- I
that.
would take it over.
Either way, but it's
But
a...
I'll take the 2 because that's what it showed up. Well, the 1 I could re-roll. If it was a 1, I'd re-roll it, dude. But I'll
Yeah.
take the 2 and let's just move on.
Okay. So you have 1 success and 2 strikes, right, John? So far? You had 1
Yep.
success? Okay. Oh! Styrak 2 for Domdor.
Yep.
Okay,
Domdor,
Fing...
damn it, you're not allowed to die.
Fing has 1 strike. How many successes does Fing have?
I have 1.
Okay, 1 strike, 1
I
success.
can't roll over 10.
Alright, so death save, please.
Circus down is, wait, Fing's down.
Yeah, everyone's down up there. That's why they're not hitting them.
Exactly,
Standing
TNS.
right now.
Me, that's it. Me and Mention
Mention Samil.
Shit.
and Spanky. Which actually Spanky's doing work right now.
Jesus.
Styrak 2!
God. This is the cave of shitty rolls.
It really is.
It is. I mean, except for the DM. The DM's been like carving us up like
Yeah,
freaking.
that's right.
You'd be surprised. Like, you guys have been dead earlier. My rolls have not been great. So Ginny
good to know,
is...
Arv.
Ginny is down. Ginny is down, and Soliel is stable. So that leads us
I'm
to
so glad they
Samil.
planned this out for us to get just booned.
Samil is still up.
All right, I'm doing my second win to get my hit points back.
All right.
Give
Done.
Mention a chance.
And
I'm
Mention,
already rolling my other character.
Mention who just continues to roll away.
I really wish you would have ended that with your boat.
row her boat gently down the lizard. No, she this time Mention misses, sadly. I guess her time eventually ran out to hit things. All right, and now they get to go. One is
Our
going
time
to
never
attack
started.
Mention. And they're going to hit twice. Just going to do... Okay. Now she definitely, like, they hit her solidly twice, and she is starting to look a little more hurt. Still not quite as hurt as you might have expected, but still
Maybe you should have
definitely
done my
hurt.
lich. I'm starting to think so.
But she's definitely, I mean, she's definitely hurt, though. I mean, there's definitely more than the case before. Then 2 swings at Samil, rolls a 9 and a 12.
Both misses.
And the 3 behind are continuing to do the worship thing with Stampy. Stampy does not move, just keeps hissing at Reckon, who is still cowering. Cade, death time.
This is not good, dude.
And dead.
Strike 3!
God damn it.
Dude, this is ridiculous.
All right.
Jesus.
Down he goes. Domdor.
Someone's is programming Roll20 right now, like hacked into it.
Yeah. What the?
I'm still there.
All right.
Domdor, however, is success. 1 success. Okay. Thing.
Oh boy, already back to me, huh? This is good times. Alright.
Yeah.
Everyone else is dead, bro.
Okay.
Jeepers
Nice.
Christmas. And I think
2
live.
successes.
Nice.
All right. 2 strikes, 2 successes. Okay. Soliel is stable. Ginny is not with us at the moment. Samil, you're up. And a miss,
rolls.
sadly. Mention rolls and misses also. They get a hit. They attack and hit twice. No, I'm sorry, hit once. This time with just the bite. Now she's starting to look kind of messed up. She sort of staggers back a little bit. The second one continues to attack Samil. And gets an 11 and a 14. And otherwise, 3 continue to worship. Stampy stays where he is. Cade is not with us. Domdor, up to you.
Oh.
Bring out your dead.
Wait, who died now?
Cade
I
is
did.
dead. Cade is dead.
Yep.
Good job, Bart.
Domdor's
I'm
dead.
dead now.
Yep.
Strike 3!
What?
All right. Fing.
So far I've lost
Fing,
almost
this
half the party.
everything's about this one, Fing. If you're successful, you're stable. If not, then you join
You're a goner.
your friends.
Dale's looking pretty sexy right about now.
Life
Yeah, I'm
beyond.
thinking so too. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Shoo, nice. All right.
All right, so he is successful and is stable as a consequence.
The pen and paper may end right here.
Okay, and then let's see.
Stable now?
Ginny is gone. Soliel is stable. Samil.
All right. Let me just think about this. Is there
By the way, I'm back camera-wise.
Oh, okay.
since everyone is dead up here except for me and Mention, is there a rule against me kind of running back towards the entrance and then possibly having the lizardmen see Spanky on the way out?
Well, so when you try, if you try to do that, you are going to invite an attack from
Attack of opportunity?
Correct, from the one behind you. Really, both of them, because they're both within range of you. You also have to contend with the fact that Stampy, he's not hostile to you per se, but he is kind of in the way. So you'd have to sort of basically jump.
Right,
You'd have to jump into the
so it's
water,
not
more or
conducive.
less,
Right.
which is maybe an option.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about. All right, I'm gonna look towards Mention and say, what do you think? What does she think here?
She looks at you and says, "I always say go down swinging, don't you?"
No,
There you go.
don't go down at all. That's my.
I say run away and don't die, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a swing.
So
then.
with this, am I still at -1 or am I at 0 now? How does all that work?
You're stable. So you don't
You're
have to worry
stable, which
anymore.
just means you stay at the same amount that you were at. You're not conscious, but you're not gonna
Hey, guys.
like snick any more, like any farther into
Hey.
it. So
Hey, quick second, guys. Sorry for a quick little detour, but I've got some company over this evening. Come here. Come here, bud. This is Truman.
Hey.
This is Grant.
These are my little nephews.
Aw.
Oh, hello, nephews.
You.
Look up there.
Hello.
Hello from Australia.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Did you see Blue?
Right up there. See on the camera. On the top of the monitor. How you doing? These are my buddies down here. We're all hanging out playing a game.
Howdy, howdy.
Where are you climbing? He's like, I'm going to get on top of Uncle Ryan. Hello. Hi. Hello, guys.
Can he sit on your other leg?
Okay.
Brian?
If you can make it over there.
So
All
yes,
right, so I
Emil.
did-
Sorry, I'm being
damage.
attacked.
No, it's all right.
Um,
Let's see. Those guys.
Were either of the two lizardmen injured? Because I would have swung at whatever one was injured.
Yeah.
All right, we've got backup now.
Yes, one of them. Actually, no. The two injured ones are the ones by Stampy. So those are not. So you basically had. Oh no, I take
so
that back. I
it's only
take. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I am right. Yes, I'm right. So no, those ones
so
are not
I took
injured.
the one out by
Too
mention.
strong.
Mention's the one that I swung at.
All right. Okay, so in bad shape now,
Yep.
for sure.
Look, I got this.
Do you? Is that turtle?
Yeah,
That might actually help.
I got this.
What's this?
You have more of those remotes than my dad.
Yeah, I need them for work. I use them all the time. Talking about my slew of controllers I have on my
Okay.
desk.
We can
Yeah,
do this
but
by the power of
Dad
the
has
turtle
one
and the
of those.
frog.
Oh, more turtle frog power.
Nice.
I have this one right now.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I was distracted by the cute
I
nephews.
think Uncle Ryan's
Yes.
working. We better go.
Mention you're up.
Wanted to show you
No,
off.
why? I just said mention you're up.
I have no idea why you just said
Nice
that.
to see you guys.
It shows you I'm doing so well with that series that I've actually mentioned has become an extension of
Good to see you guys.
I am.
The mention extension.
Yes. So this time does in fact hit pretty strongly and takes the
Good.
one out that you previously tagged.
Oh man, this is so bad.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to say hello before they went.
No, that's fine, man.
Hey,
That's cool.
You might as well enjoy it. So.
Okay, now they are going to get a chance. So first of all, the one is going to swing on Samil. And is going to miss 2 times. The other 3 are going to continue to worship at the Stampy altar. And
What is Stampy doing?
Stampy is just sort of hissing and still stuck behind Mention and you. So looking at Reckon.
Kinda cornered.
So let's see. Cade not with us at the moment. Domdor not with us at the moment. Fing is stable. Jenny not with us at the moment. Solil is stable. Samil brings us back to you.
It's just me and mention.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yep.
We got one more.
We'll just lean back
Come
here.
on, baby.
Just sit back here and enjoy.
Come on, baby.
So raise your hand if you're dead right now.
Yep, that will absolutely hit.
Dead.
Would be me.
I'll miss you guys. You're dead
Right.
too.
Like, how many 7s have I rolled?
Quite a
You're
few.
dead as well.
Okay, so it's
Seriously,
it's damage.
I'm
It's hurt.
stable. I guess I'm down. But...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're down.
I meant
You're
like dead,
you're
dead.
still breathing though.
All right.
Come on, mention.
Let's see.
Lost the first level character.
So
in
Mention swings and misses badly. And so let's see. This one in front of Samil takes us. Oh, there finally, I think. 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is going to do 6 points of damage.
Okay, I'm at 1 hit point.
Okay. Let's see. These other 3. Now, what happens at this point is Stampy moves further down, basically in attempt to apparently get a better look at Reckon or whatever. So moves behind you. And then these 3
Domdor.
go.
Brown is the meal.
Damn it.
I'm brown, bro.
I keep behind Domdor's body, basically.
Okay.
And then these guys move down here. And one of them, so these 2 drop in worship, but this other one in front and seems to shake its head a little bit, almost like you don't really know why, but it's almost because you're not looking very closely, but it seems to shake its head a bit and then swings at Mention. Ooh, hits her a staggering blow in the back. Mention sort of staggers forward and then backwards and then forwards again, and then topples over.
Wow, we finally took mention out. Dang.
Not
looking
She
good.
took like 6 or so hits. She's.
All right.
No, she's like, she had to be like a second level character, third level character at least.
Okay, so that brings us up to Samil. Samil, it's you versus 4 lizardmen.
I'm out of here, dude. It's better to try to take a run.
Okay.
No, don't run.
Dude, what am I gonna do
Dude,
here?
you're
There's
dead.
4 of them.
You're probably going to be dead anyways because the tax of opportunity is going to get at least 2 of them.
You
But
are
give it a
already
shot, dude.
deceased.
Go for it.
The only
Go
one-
for it.
The only 2
Flee,
people who
I
should be
would've-
really upset about him fleeing right now is me and Fing. Everyone else is like, you guys don't have an opinion anymore. You are now rotting.
We're watching you from above.
It's like shaking your heads, ghost-like. All right, so what do you go? What are you doing, Samil?
I mean, my options were either to get 2 attacks of opportunity against me.
You're going to take one. Well, it depends on how you go. You're going to take 1 from leaving, this behind. You have no idea what Stampy's going to do. The other problem you have is that Stampy is kind of. I mean, you can kind of sneak past him, probably, but you're basically water is your option. So.
Remember, I'm brown. I'm not.
Oh,
pink.
damn it! I keep looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry. Yes,
brown.
then you are going to take 2. Yeah.
Right.
So,
I keep
go down
forgetting that.
swinging, dude. Although they might both miss, I suppose.
I feel like Arv before today said, you know what? I'm tired of people showing up late. I'm just gonna kill them all.
Yeah, apparently. Gonna take them all out.
I'm sorry, Arv. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know.
Jeez. Honestly, it was really the 5 in the river that screwed us, is what happened. We probably could have handled the 7 over there, but. And then taking the mages down so early didn't help. Not that it was your guys' fault, we didn't know, but.
Oh, we were out of spells anyway.
What do we got,
from
Smil?
earlier fights.
Wait, you guys had just rested. No, we had rested for that
No,
time.
there was that whole 24-hour rule. We didn't get our spells back.
Oh,
we couldn't
well,
get our
it
spells
wouldn't have
back.
mattered really anyways, so whatever.
All right. I'm gonna fight him.
Okay.
All right. It's smarter to do that.
Okay. So the one that's closest.
I don't.
Wait, actually, Arv, can I break in here for a second?
Sure.
'Cause they only get 1 attack of opportunity on him, right?
Yes, but each one of them does. So like
Yeah,
the
but
2
if
that
they
he's
attack him,
passing.
they okay, hold on. Just because I want to make sure you understand. If they attack you, they each get 2 attacks. They are
Right.
doubling the chance of nailing you.
No, that's not actually true. When they're doing an attack of opportunity, they're basically just taking a swipe. They don't get their double.
Yeah,
you
attack
normally
Oh,
do.
opportunity
that's
is just a
different then.
basic.
That
it's
is
a
the
basic
point I'm
attack.
making.
Okay,
If he leaves,
that's a
he
big
only
difference
subjects
then.
himself to 2 attacks. If he tries to face him, he subjects himself to 4.
That's true.
Right.
That's the
That-
point. That's
that's
exactly the point
true.
I'm making.
Yeah, that's a
So,
very
dude,
good point.
if you
I
want to
did not know
leave, that's the smart thing to do.
I'm picturing right
that's
now
serious. That's serious.
a little halfling ghost telling this to him right now. He's like,
Well,
if you
he
leave
hasn't
right now,
played
It's a
though.
rule set.
not
It's a
fair.
rule set.
I know.
It's not fair. So yeah, I know.
this is what my
It's
brain
what
does
I should have
whenever I'm
done.
sleeping on the
But
floor.
because I didn't want him to make a stupid move if he can get out of there. That's all I'm saying. So I didn't think it was fair.
So if
I
I
don't usually
take a
give it-
run, how does the whole stable thing work? Like, are they gonna die if I run? What's the?
No. Well, you don't know. I mean, like it depends. I mean, they could then walk over and swipe them and kill them. I mean, you don't. It depends. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Give him time, people. Give him time.
You could also bend over, put your head between your legs, and kiss your ass goodbye. That's your third option.
That
Well,
can happen many different ways, though. I'm thinking of running over there and like picking you both up by your necks and like dragging you as I run out.
We're going home.
Like using them as a shield as you go. Like.
see, okay.
Actually, I could do that.
Seriously,
I could pick up
really-
Fing with his AC of 19.
You
and
play
his-
too much Metal
shield.
Gear. You're just like dragging in front of you.
Not to be a jerk, but how are you gonna tell which is alive and which is dead? I mean,
We're breathing.
That's true. Well,
Or you're gonna wait there and the lizard's gonna.
You're
come
like,
after
hold up, let me breathe. Like you put the mirror by their face.
you. Yeah.
I'm gurgling
Put
right
the mirror
now.
over in front of his mouth.
all right.
mean,
I'm gonna I think running's a better option here.
All right. So go ahead.
Yeah,
So I assume you're aiming
smart thing to
straight
do.
for where Kate is, right? Like you're doing a straight up
Yeah.
like. Okay. All right.
And
So
luckily for you, there's no witnesses. So.
Right.
that's true. Okay.
Oh.
So
And if they do hit me, I'll just take that as they're gonna hit me anyway.
the first one misses. The second
yeah,
one
exactly.
hits.
I'm dead anyway then.
Let's see.
He goes
There
now.
you go.
But you try
Oh,
to get
7
back
points
to
of
leave.
damage. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Slam. So you like you hit like. Okay, now everything goes black, and as it goes black, the two of you who are still unconscious but not apparently having left us, which is I think who have we got who that fits for? I think that's Cade, I'm sorry, Fing.
It's Fing and me.
Fing and Soliel. And obviously Samil who just dropped and you don't know about mention. But you hear something, you hear like and you vaguely set like just before you slip completely into unconsciousness, you think it sounds like the voice maybe of Vethka.
So I
now-
wasn't unconscious before.
Now, darkness. Darkness.
Okay.
You guys awake. All of you awake. And you find yourselves in a very, very strange place. I'm going to ask all of you to make a 20-sided die roll and then add your Constitution modifier, please.
Okay,
Say that again.
Are we in the Matrix?
You said
You get out of the shower, it was all the dream. No.
20-sided plus
Bobby!
con.
Plus
Was this
con,
one
yes,
of those
correct.
crazy little
Shit,
supposed
I
to
didn't
lose
mean
fights?
to damn it. Yeah, I screwed that up. Wait, what happened?
Cypher, we need an exit.
Well, you know what? I'll take my 13. I know what happened there, but I'll take.
I like an XP bonus. I actually survived the fight.
Oh, look at that.
Although I did it on my back the entire time.
Put that last of us in the way.
like everything else. Oh, that's
I died less than everyone else.
I want to play that game. This is my new addiction. I was showing them earlier.
Arv, look! I can give you my old copy now.
Oh, right, God.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. Okay, let's see.
That till right then.
I see a 20 for Samil. I see a 14. Sorry, 20 for Samil. A 14 for Salil. I see a. Is that a 13, Cade?
13 for Cade. 13 for Cade. Yeah.
All right. Sod, and I got a 13 from you.
12.
12 from you. Sorry. I need something from Fing and Genie.
What do you need?
I need you to roll and then add your con modifier for me, please.
I do really hate auto lose fights, just for the record.
Agreed.
Oh, dude. Well.
This was not an auto lose fight.
It wasn't an auto lose. And I'm not putting any fingers. Down had some bad rolls, which really put us off to a bad start over there. And it was hard fought. Like we did the best we could.
Yeah, that was one of those 50-50 fights.
And there were in both directions. There were ways to make it so you wouldn't have had all of those people you had to fight, but you also might not have all had what is happening to you at the moment. However, it was not an auto lose fight. So Ginny got a 9.
Ourselves in the bodies of lizard men.
Yes, you were all resurrected as lizard men, and now a new vista opens up of gaming.
I hope Fing
what's
gets
up?
his boot back. That's all.
I'm traveling for worms and dirt.
He wakes up, his boot's back.
Yeah, you're back at a bonfire, and you need to go get your souls.
We all wake up at some part of long human centipede
Hey,
thing.
Arv, now that's a quest.
There you go. Let's see. So, Jeannie, you have a con of 8. Okay, so right.
I cast my reload.
Okay, Samil, you are the first one to regain consciousness, and what you see above you is, first of all, the first thing you actually, before you see anything, you actually hear something, and it is a chanting, a kind of rhythmic chanting, and you hear, thus, Fayurin, thus, Fayurin, right? So you hear that sort of rhythmic chant, and then as you gradually sort of come to consciousness, you find that you are staring up at a ceiling of a cavern which is covered with dripping stalactites. The ceiling is probably maybe 30 feet high, and the reason that you're able to see it is that the whole room is lit in a sort of faint red from, again, you would guess fire beetle glands or something like that, definitely not torches or anything like that. And so you're looking up at the moment. You notice as you try to move your body, you're like, you are tied down, and you feel something super cold and wet and clammy that you're lying on, and hard, by the way, as well. So it feels like cold stone is what it feels like. You are not naked, but you do not seem to have any armor on. So you seem to be just dressed in simple clothes at the
Good thing I
moment.
still got my guns.
And as you and as you take a look, you notice that you're actually wearing what looks like a simple cotton tunic, basically. And you remember this is the same kind of clothing that you saw the halfling wearing that you had discovered at the top level of the temple. So the top level of the temple, the guy in the net that you ended up cutting down.
I remember him.
So yeah, he was dressed in the same kind of simple cloth tunic which you're now wearing. So you were the first one to come to.
Is there a veterinarian around? Because
yes,
pythons are sick.
So the second, Glug. So that was that. So the second one to regain consciousness is Cade.
Took a second.
Oh, sorry, is Soliel. I beg your pardon. Second one to come to consciousness is Soliel, and Soliel, as you look around, you hear the same, thos fayurin, and you look up.
Can I just die again, please?
And you sort of you see sort of this cavern, this sort of.
Swallow your tongue.
You see the sort of cavern wall, above you, and the cavern ceiling, as I mentioned. And you also were able to hear what sounds like dripping water or rushing water coming from not far away. That seems to be sort of somewhat fairly near you. Okay. So that is the second person to regain consciousness. Third person to regain consciousness is Cade. And Cade, as you come back, you hear a familiar hissing sound. And you're also tied down, can't move. But as you look over, you can actually see that you see right next to you is this drooling, acid drooling figure of Stampy. And you see that Stampy is kind of pawing around and looks sort of not exactly angry, but sort of nervous or restless, I guess might be a better way to put it. And he's sort of just padding around and padding around and padding around.
Wasn't I a ranger?
And then the rest of you basically sort of come to, all of you alive, all of you badly hurt, but alive, and not as hurt as you were, not like 1 hit point hurt. All of you come back with 5 hit points, so all of you have 5 hit points now. All of you are tied down and can't move. And as you're looking sort of over at this stamping, Stampy doing his restless sort of stamping thing, you hear a rumbling voice, not that far away, say, and then responding to it is a familiar voice that says, and it sounds like Fethka's voice, the same voice you heard before you all lost consciousness. So you hear, and then, and whenever you hear that second deep voice, the room just rumbles, like it just, shakes, basically, from this. And now, what languages does everyone speak, again?
I do speak
English.
Goblin.
In the game, okay.
English, yeah, a little bit of Spanish,
and a bit of Pig Latin, yes.
Visual Basic.
I just C++.
Visual Basic.
I just have Common and Halfling.
Okay.
I've got Common, Infernal, Draconic, Sylvan, Elvish, and Goblin.
Okay.
I don't know, Thanos, if I get through this, I'm going to convert to the lizard woman's god.
Elvish, Giant, and Orcish.
Okay. So Soliel, and Ginny, you recognize the language being spoken as Draconic. Now, the language that is being spoken by Vethka is kind of like, how do I put this? Sort of like badly accented Draconic. It's kind of like someone who doesn't really...
Pigeon-conic.
Yeah, like, I mean, it sort of gets the point across, but it's like... And the other one, the other voice, however, sounds very much like it understands the language and says... The question is what we do when their consciousness has returned.
Don't wake up, guys. Don't wake up.
First, I will discover where they came from, and secondly, how they found my son. So at that, you're actually able to kind of shift around, and you hear this. At this, you guys are able to actually move your heads up. And there's a rumbling sound in the southern portion of the cavern. So if you guys want, you can kind of lift your heads up if you want to sort of see what's there.
Nope, not moving. I'm still out.
Okay,
I'm
so you're
still
still
confused. I'm still confused.
Shit.
Okay.
Slowly looking around.
Am I
I have
awake or
woken up
no?
like this 3
Yes,
times before.
all of you are now awake.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Adam. So, all right. So is anyone looking, or all of you?
Left and right.
So Domdor is looking left or right. Anybody else?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna
after I heard that, I'm closing my eyes and shutting the hell up.
I'm gonna keep one eye open.
Okay.
One eye is gonna look around. Yeah.
Now you are going to have to move your head slightly if you want to be able to see what's going on to the south of you.
I will move it.
I'll wait on
that's,
Condor then.
that's what I'm saying. Like while looking dead,
Not
just like
waving it
tilt
like
the head
Domler
like that very, very slowly to make it.
Right.
Hi, Samara. Okay, so you kind of do this. So Domdor kind of does the, thing like graduate. All right, and kind of looks down there, and so what you see is a big, large pool of water, and then gradually, and it takes a minute. You see rising out. You see first just eyes, and then as it rises higher, you see sort of black scales. And then as it rises higher, you see this enormous face begin to appear above the surface of the pool. And then just just this huge mouth. And then the whole body rises up until the top half of what is very obviously a large black dragon is above the top of the pool and glares maleficently down upon you.
Okay, I'm just pretending dead again.
Right, like
I'm still sleeping. Yeah.
and so it kind of looks in that direction, and you hear Vethka say in this sort of pigeon language, "Kill now, take out now," and so the other one says, "I will kill them when I want, vermin. First I will gain information from them, and then I will enjoy consuming them slowly for days and months and years." And Vethka says, danger. What if return? And then Thos. And you are able to just, I'm going to guess that Samil, you were looking up a little bit, or yes or no?
No, because
so it's still just Domdor. Okay, so you don't actually, see it, but you hear like what sounds like something moving suddenly, like a like rumbling happens, and then you hear, "You will be silent, or I will begin the deaths with you." And Vethka says, "Great one, great one, great one." Just says over and over again.
Someone fart make eating us seem much less desirable.
Unpalatable. Yeah. You know what? Screw it.
Right. And so that happens, and then you actually, Domdor, you actually hear someone whispering next to you. Hey, are you awake?
God damn it!
It sounds like Mention's voice.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just eat Mention?
I'm getting a feedback from someone, by the way.
I'm assuming she's bound too.
Right, so it sounds like Mention.
Yes, but you don't know because your eyes are tight shut.
Yeah,
to avoid the scary dragon.
Is that Mention? Who's that?
Yes, it's Mention, you fool.
Oh,
Are you? Can you?
Only female voice here.
Who else would it be? Stampy? No. It says, can you move?
No, I can't move. No.
I think we've stepped right into it this time, friend.
I think we have. There's a giant dragon that way. I'm just
riveting conversation you guys are having.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm raising my head and looking around. Screw this shit.
Okay, so you raise your head and look around, and you now see. So you see the same thing everyone else sees.
Always the halfling.
I'm looking for the lizard man.
Always send the halfling in first with the.
So the lizard man is actually standing. And again, I'll draw this when I need to, but not at the moment. Is standing right next to the pool out of which the black dragon is, half emerged. And sort of is right now on her hands and knees, still with the big feathered headdress and everything.
Actually, not her. No, our guide, the dude. Where's he?
Oh, I see. You do not see Reckon around anywhere, actually.
Ah, shit.
You don't see Reckon anywhere.
Yep. I assume the dragon noticed it,
Link to the pasta says shitting yourself is a free action.
I just took it, so yeah.
That is the case. Now, one thing you can also notice is that you guys are all basically lined up in rows. So there are basically Cade. There's two columns, if you will, of three that are from head to foot. So it's Cade, and then Ginny below you, and then Solio below that, and then then Domdor is the next column over, and then above him is Samil, and above him is Fing. So you guys are basically a ride, and then Mention is right next to Domdor, as like off by herself, like on this, and you can sort of see what looks like a stone plinth, like a stone, kind of like an altar, but not really. It just looks like a protrusion, basically, from the floor. But from what you can tell, it's not like a rough outcropping. I mean, it looks like it was might have been rough hewn, but it was definitely, you know, sort of carved out of the stone. And you notice that everyone else is tied to the stone with ropes that tie around them, and there are heavy rocks that are holding down the ropes around you. And there's more than one, by the way. Like, the ropes are just like arrayed over the arms, you know, so just like that. And so you're able to notice that as well. And the dragon looks over and notes Cade looking around and says, and looks down and says, "It is about time. Vethka, leave us." And Vethka sort of looks and kind of says, you know, I wish kill. And he says, and then again, you see Thoth, like, his eyes look down, he looks down, and his eyes just go.
And she incinerates.
Like that, and just his eyes widen, and Vethka sort of cowers, and is like, yes, Thoth, Vayurin, and then backs out of the, backs out and turns around and leaves the cavern. And you can see that the river, the underground river, and you don't know if it's the same one, but it's, you know, could very well be. There's a path by the underground river, and she sort of skirts it as she leaves the room. And that just leaves Thoth and you. And so Thoth sort of steps over to you and looks down balefully and says, "You half-man. Why did you have my son?"
All right, is he saying this in common or draconic?
He speaks it in common to you.
Oh, okay. Now, this is very important. How you describe the ropes? We are strapped down, not tied.
Well,
is there
yes. So in other words, yes, correct. So the ropes are strapped over you, and the ropes are, assuming yours is like everybody else's because you can't really see it, but assuming it's like everybody else, they are tied down with ropes on rocks on either end, and the weight of those ropes is tying you in place.
Yeah, but I could like move my hand a bit underneath the ropes.
Yes, but you can move your hand, but barely. I mean, like, there's very little wiggle room.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can we all hear this conversation? That
Yes, because he speaks in common, and all of you were awake. So I assume even if you're pretending to be asleep, you're not closing your ears. Like, right. Daddy, make it go away. Like, I assume you're still doing that.
My answer, very simply, and I really want to do something about his breath, but that's another story.
Sargon says the dragon should smother them in ranch dressing. Well, that's possible.
We found your son. He said son, right?
He did say son.
Yeah, we found him in the swamp, and came here to return him to you.
Okay. Let's see. So, he says, return to you. How did you find it? It was stolen from me.
Yes, the blackguards who stole it, we found them, we killed them, we found the egg.
Lies, half-man. If you found the egg, you would have kept it and taken it back to the cursed humans of Daggerford. I remember well how the Baroness and Istival swore they would end the land of evil dragons. Now you expect me to believe that you would have my son and not use it as leverage against me.
Well, it's a funny thing you should say that, because honestly, between you and me, I'm not really fond of the Baroness either, but here's the deal. Look,
I love how flippant
this is not gonna
here's the deal.
He's a deal breaker, man.
Dude, look, and here's
Hey, man. Yeah, listen here.
Yeah.
he starts doing some Slapshot commercial.
Why don't we just have him consult
Can
his
I
son as to the
finish?
way he was treated?
Yeah.
No, look. Okay, listen. Your mate was already out at the castle. Probably could have taken everyone out, Baroness and everyone included. If you come out and start kicking everyone's ass, you know you guys are gonna win.
I can see him with like his arm around the dragon, like listen.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So the dragon is listening. Okay.
Come to that, which is why, look, brought him back. He's safe and sound, all fine. All we'd like you to do is, A, let us go, please, since we did return your son, and B, call off your mate now that you have your child back. That's pretty much it. We walk out of here, everyone's good.
Dragon's like, compliment him a couple times.
So he looks down and he says, I hardly think you are in a position to bargain, half-man, unless you can turn yourself into a ghost and escape your bonds. I, on the other hand, have my son returned to me. And you notice now, I mentioned that Stampy before was looking very restless, right? I mentioned that before. And you notice that Stampy has not actually stirred that far from Cade's side. So he's sort of doing one of these things where he's like looking up and then back and then up and then back and then up and then back. And he's sort of, he's looking up and back at you as you're talking. And so Thoth says, in truth, there is very little now, half-man, that you can offer me. If I destroy your party and eat them as is my right as the most powerful, perhaps it will teach your meddling humans and Istival and the Baroness to stay in their own lands, to leave mine alone, and to know the name of Thos Chirene.
Again, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But I'm afraid, almighty Thos, whatever his name was, I'm afraid you'd be wrong about that. See, here's the problem with your plan. You eat us, we disappear. You know the Baroness is not a very nice woman. She's going to send more humans in here to find you, and eventually they're going to.
And then I will consume them as I will consume you.
Look here, Mr. Dragon.
Let's put that idea on the back burner, kid.
You let us go. We go back to the castle and say, no one go in the swamp. You live in peace, they live in peace, everybody wins.
And I am supposed to trust you.
We did bring your son back. Unasked, without any expecting a recompense, save that we'd be allowed to walk out of here.
Okay.
I'll give you my two-handed sword if you want.
So I'm gonna make I'm gonna have Cade. I'm gonna ask you to make Cade, I'm gonna ask you to make a check with charisma. I'm going to ask you to roll a 20-sided die, add your charisma modifier, and add +4 to the roll. Tell me what you get.
I'm getting a lot of echo from someone, so.
What do I?
That's Foom, by the way. Yeah.
From what? I don't have anything up.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So Thos looks down and says, I find your proposal to be as pitifully full of lies and holes as all the rest of your story. And yet, it is possible that there are other forces moving that none of us are yet aware. For example, even among you, there are some who may wait in the shadows to betray. Perhaps if I allow you to leave, I can watch and be amused as your story comes to the end it deserves. And so he stops for a minute and then shakes his head, and then he opens his mouth. And so now at this point he leans his head down to right above Cade's, and he opens his mouth, and there's just this row.
This is the free action.
So there's just this, you have no way to wiggle at all. Like, you are stuck. So his mouth raises, his mouth opens and opens and opens and opens, right? And he's got just a row of teeth in the back and this blackened tongue. And you sort of can sense this sort of, you see like acid, you feel, Cade, acid dripping around you, right? So he does one of the alien things, you guys know from Alien, there was like, like right on top of you, right? So he does that, and then he reaches up, and you see one giant claw, and then you hear a and you look over, and you feel something on top of your chest. And as you look over, you see Stampy's head is down on top of your chest. Not biting, it just stops.
That's funny.
So Thos comes down and goes, and then stops with the claw, and then says and goes, "Get out of the way." And Stampy goes, "Sss, sss," and doesn't move. And Thoth sort of looks down at you balefully and says, "You have created some false sorcery to do this to him, half-man." And then you hear behind you, you hear the sound of, you hear a voice say, "That's not true, dragon. You know better than anyone that nothing can affect a black dragon." And it's Mention's voice.
Oh.
And you look over and you see Mention has her head lifted up and says, "You know better than anyone. Nothing can influence a black dragon, O Thos the Mighty." And Thos looks, sort of glares at her with the eyes open and looks sort of back down and looks over again. And then he reaches down with one giant claw and lifts Stampy off of Cade's body. Just, without even like he was a puppy by the scruff of the neck thing almost, with a claw. And it's hissing and kind of struggling. And then he moves it aside and places it down. There's a female voice laughing, I think because Foom is picking it up on his mic, Shadow. And puts it down over there. I think it's Pickles. Then so does that, moves it over. And then Thos looks down again and then says, "You come forth." And with sort of a, kind of bowing and scraping, you were all able to look as he passes by your respective plinths and see the cowering figure of Reckon kind of walking forward. And Thos says to him, "You find the item in the back room." And Reckon sort of bows his head and nods, and then sort of runs forward, runs backward runs forward, but downwards, that's what I'm trying to say, into the cavern beyond. And you hear him sort of sorting something out, moving something around. And then you see him coming out, and you guys are able to lift your heads enough to see that rolling out on this cart. It basically looks like a rolled cart, like a stone platform on the bottom of which have these wheels that look like they're made out of possibly like rough stone or something smooth enough that they can roll. And it's so, and on the top of it is this large bluish greenish, what looks like an altar, a bluish greenish altar of some kind, which is rolled out. And rolled in front of you and then stopped. And Mention looks up, and Mention, who's next to you with her head up, is like, "That," she says to Domdor, that's the altar. Do you recognize it?"
Yes, I recognize it. That's the one that was described to us by what's her name?
I don't know.
Wing Crom.
I know it's too late.
Yeah,
Wing Crom.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to Sarvin?
Arv?
Yes.
Did that acid happen to maybe perchance eat through any of the ropes near me?
No. Nice thought, but no. Not so much.
Be that way.
So, let's see.
Can I call out Mighty Thos? What is the purpose of that altar? Since we're all popping our head up and...
My head's still down, just for the record.
I'm just stopping for one quick second. I'm just pausing for one quick second to ask, why is it that Xanos just... Did you just time out King Foom? Is that what just happened? Xanos was super happy to time you out and was like, "I'm the Kingslayer." Oh, jeez, really?
I was just trying to stop the
Be careful with that, Xanos. Good grief, man. Foom is the king, and everywhere else he's gonna don't anger the king. Okay. So anyway, Thos leans down and he says to Rekna, he murmurs in Draconic, so most of you, except for Soliel and Ginny, don't understand this, but Soliel and Ginny hear him say, "Let them go. Tell them to take this and be gone. If they return, I will kill them. If they tell any one of us, I will kill them. If they even look back in my direction, I will kill them." And so he says that in Draconic. You guys hear that. And Reckon comes over sort of trembling with a sort of stone knife and kind of slices quickly each of the ropes and letting you guys go. So now each of you are sort of freed, including Mention.
I like the sort of freed. That's good.
And so cuts it free. So you guys are now free from the stone altars on which you sit, and you now have the core altar in front of you, the blue-green altar, which looks like, now that you can see it more clearly, it's made of coral.
So get up, look at the altar. Then I'd ask Thors, Great Thors, what is the purpose of this altar? Because one was destroyed in another area, and you've at the same time, the same period, you collected this altar. You requested this altar. What are these altars? What do they do?
Okay, give me a second while I'm moving this thing.
And then
Let's see. No, this is actually
that
me
is a
reaching.
question I wasn't prepared to ask, to be quite honest. So, Dom, I'm glad it's you, buddy.
It's kind of our goal, so I'm still
Hey,
thinking.
goal schmo, we got the altar back. Who gives a crap? As far as I'm concerned, and we got out alive. I was gonna count this as a win. Okay, so.
Okay, give me one. Let me see.
But hey,
Just give
he
me
can
one
still
second.
eat you, and we can all still leave, so it's all good. If that were to happen, I'm gonna feel bad. I'll tell you that much. I'll raise a glass for you.
Okay, let's see. So give me one.
Well, you said something about there are shadows or some people.
Yeah. Someone's
want
probably a
to-
double agent. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Honestly, right now, I'm with Soleil. It's like we walk out of here on our own 2 feet, take the boat, leave. I mean,
Okay.
You're gonna have to carry the altar as
back
well.
so we don't die in the
So he says.
You think that this altar has any meaning to me? It is not on the outside what matters. It is the inside, dwarf, that makes the difference. You of all people should know this. When your people were destroyed in their minds, trapped like rats and slaughtered, they knew that what they guarded was more important than the gates that stood guard. This altar is nothing, but it makes a difference to the people of Daggerford. Bring it to them. Tell them to leave me and my children alone.
And
The Hobbit too?
Stop pretending this is something else, John Helfers.
so he says that, and then he kind of waves, and so you do all that, and then you say, okay, that sounds good, and Mention sort of sits up, rubbing arms, and says, "It's about time we got this damn altar. Let's get this thing out of here and leave."
And what of the lizard men? Will they attack bronze holders after
The lizard men will do what I say, and they will not attack your keep until I order it. I will not order it now. If I change my mind in the future, it is because I wish it. For now, the keep is safe.
Sounds fair.
Thank you,
sounds
Great Thors. Thank you.
Yep, it's good.
And he sort of takes Stampy, and Stampy has this moment where he looks at Cade, and he sort of looks back at Cade, and they sort of is like, he's like, "Sss, sss," right, and then he goes back, and then and then you see Thos sort of sink gradually back down into the pool, and then sort of swim towards the opposite side, past where you can't see, as
Hey,
well.
good question on chat side.
Yes, no, I know. You are still disarmed and unequipped. Yes, you are. But you haven't even looked around yet. So you could certainly do that if you want.
So we see everyone. So there's still a few people on. Is everyone up, or is Samuel still pretending to be knocked down?
Well, but at the moment, I mean, no one has told me anything other than all you know is that you're freed.
Right now, we're kind of like
I'll give it
screaming
everyone who's
together.
still
Yeah, so
so
the situation is that Mention is up, but everybody else at the moment is down. So that's kind of where things stand.
Oh, I got up actually. As soon as my bonds are free, I was gonna get up. I thought he freed all of us.
That's what I assumed too. He was freeing.
Okay, so you see, and Reckon comes up to you as you guys. Do you guys sit up, or do you like just lying there still, or what are you doing?
I freaking sit up. Yeah,
Well, I
get these ropes off me. I
get
hate
up
getting
and
ropes.
stand up.
I get up. I'm getting up.
Okay,
I'm looking around.
so you're looking around, and so you see Reckon comes up to you, and he drops the stone knife to the ground, and he says,
Thought that would be the end. Thos never does that. Never negotiates. Thos kills and eats, destroys. Why would Thos do this?
Because living symbols are better than dead ones, buddy. Now, how about you find our gear so we can get the frick out of here?
He looks at you. He's like,
Your words are strange and somewhat complex, but I will take.
no. He says.
I know where the goods are. I saw them put them in back room.
And he points over, and you can kind of see behind you is this little, not really an alcove, but it's sort of a smallish, maybe 10 by 10 cavernous room where you see that a bunch of stuff has just been basically piled on the floor, and it looks like metal and things like that. You notice, by the way, that the stone dagger that he used to cut you free and the one he dropped on the ground was the same kind of ritual dagger that had been used to kill the people up top. There's the same. It's not bloodstained, but you notice that it looks like the same type. And so, yeah.
Go over to the back room and check the gear. What's there?
I'm gonna wake up everyone. So walk over to each.
No.
Still knocked out and just give him a slug in the head. You know,
Fing wakes up going,
One does not simply buy one taco at Taco Bell.
5 more minutes.
I pound the last of the mead that I have and go back to
5 more minutes, Mom. Yeah. You pound the mead. You like try to hit the snooze button, but hit the mead instead. Okay. All right. Other people are up now. Yes. No.
I'm going to the gear.
Okay, so you guys are all up, and you see the
you're alive
alcove.
and all that, don't forget.
So you see
I'm
the
taking my
alcove.
rope with me.
Okay, now you get so you guys head over to the room, the sort of cavernous room, and as you turn back, you hear sort of a sorry, what?
Like map wise, what are we?
There's no we haven't need to draw it yet. If you guys had gotten into combat with the dragon, I might have well, I don't know if I would have need to draw a map, honestly. So
combat a dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Medieval train wreck.
Punched in the face. It's Dark Souls 5, the final evolution.
Dude, I would have been so leaving.
Oh, please, there's dragons in Dark Souls.
So you guys come up to the room. And you hear it was like from behind you.
Is that mentioned crying? Who's crying? What's going on? I look behind me.
Okay. As I was waiting, you're all like just like. So Cade, when you look behind you, you see Reckon sort of crying a little bit. He's like,
It means I am free. I am free. I no longer need to be here. I can leave and be myself. I am so happy.
and then as he lifts his arms, like this, all of a sudden he goes, "Huh!" and he jerks, and a blade pierces right through his back, through his front, and then draws out like this. And as you look, you see Mention having drawn the sword from him, and then she looks at you and she says, "Couldn't let this go on, boys." And then with a laugh, she drops something which again smoke billows up around her. So she goes stab, stab, throws something, smoke billows up around her, and the next thing you hear is a push, like a breaking or a smashing sound from behind the smoke.
I'm gonna run over to Ramil or whatever his name is. Actually,
I'm grabbing my gear, so.
To Reckon.
I'm going with
Well, I'm gonna Reckon
to get the gears.
Okay, so some of you are getting the gear. Is anyone else running besides Cade?
I'm running to get the gear. I'm
getting gear.
Okay.
I'll go help out Cade.
Okay.
But I mean, like, I'm grabbing my.
No, I get it. You're not going there and going, "I'm so happy to have my armor." I assume you're not hugging it. Yeah.
No.
So Camille and Camille and Sade. No, Samil and Cade get their stuff. Run towards it. You pierce through the smoke, and when you get to the other side, you discover that Mention is gone. But more to the point, you also notice that the altar is there, but you see that the altar is now cracked in half. So it seems to have been broken open, and that's all you can see from here. You'd have to move closer to the altar.
He was still alive.
Reckon is lying on the ground, upwards with the. He's lying on the ground. There's this huge gaping wound. Sort of, he's like, he's still alive. And he reaches down. He goes.
Okay, don't bite me, dude. Yeah, I'll come over.
I'm
actually yelling for Fing. I want him to heal him, actually, because he did help.
Okay, so Fing, you hear from the smoke, you hear someone yelling for you.
What? Yeah. What are you yelling? What?
Come here.
Okay.
This is what's going on.
Okay, so Fing runs over through the smoke and finds the previously, as I mentioned, broken altar, etc., etc. And sees Reckon on the ground, and he sort of brings you down, and he kind of, as he gets close,
I'm telling Fing to heal him.
right? And Fing, as you reach down to try to heal him, Fing, you were immediately aware. There's no chance. Like, there's no way. You would have to resurrect this guy. He reaches up and he sort of grabs you and pulls you down and says, Do not trust what you see. And then he looks and he says, but thank you for my freedom.
Sacred flame.
Rest in peace.
The proper burial by burning
The
him
Viking
alive.
burial. What's up? Yeah.
Yeah. And he expires. So he's got this huge gaping wound.
Are we gonna skin this one now, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you cannibals.
My pet is gone. There's nothing to feed anymore. So
And now you've got this. Broken altar next to you.
correct altar. Okay. You know what?
So what's with mention right now? Like what? Where?
She's gone.
She's gone.
Disappeared.
Okay.
Arv, I'm gonna investigate the altar, specifically looking inside it when she broke it.
Inside, you see a small, what looks like a receptacle, like a hollow space, within which you assume something had been placed. But you have no idea what, obviously, was placed there. But it was pretty small. It was not. It couldn't have been very large.
It's not shaped like a cup. It's not shaped like a square.
No, it's just sort of like just kind of like square, like nondescript square rectangular. It's not. There's nothing that slotted in anywhere.
The real bitch of it is we still have to take this stupid thing with us.
Sustain.
That's what sucks.
No, damn, he does not disappear like Yoda. There is another Skywalker. No, he does not do that.
I go get my gear, assuming it's all. Most of it's there.
Well, I picked up my axe and headed over to the altar.
Out of curiosity,
what's going on?
Since we were out for a while, how long were we out?
I can't tell you that.
Do you have cast time?
Do we suddenly have our magic?
No. It doesn't. It isn't like you're like, I dreamed a dream of a beautiful spell. No, that doesn't work that way.
Oh, we're indoors.
But in your dream, you could.
I feel like I dreamed pretty hard about some magic missile castings.
In your dream, you could fly. And you were a superhero, and you were totally hanging out with Scarlett Johansson, and then you woke up, and So yes.
Is all our stuff there, or is anything what's missing? Is my actual question.
So everything does indeed seem to be there. Everything does indeed seem to be there, and it looks like it was piled there, and in fact, that gives you a guess that you probably couldn't have been out too long because. Presumably they would have done something with this when they had a chance. Because this river, that now that you're looking at it, you can look around, it does look like it's the same river that probably connects further up. It looks like about the same, width, and it's about the same speed. So and it's going the same direction that the other one was going. So you're guessing that it's from higher up in the cavern. So all of that suggests to you that probably you couldn't have been out that long. Just long enough to be dragged here, probably, and then tied down with these ropes. And these, sort of these very heavy rocks that were sort of weighing you down. There's nothing.
The dead part.
There's nothing else in that room. Now that's the other thing too. You guys were definitely more than just knocked unconscious. I mean, presumably, you should have already been dead. And the question is, who or what could have brought you back? And both Salil and Ginny are aware that there are times when powerful magic can be used, and in fact Fing knows this, of course, that there are times when powerful magics can be used to bring the body back from death. And there are not a lot of creatures that have that power, but if any creature would have the power to know such magic, it would be, for example, a dragon. So it's clear that someone or something ordered you brought back. You didn't just recover on your own, in other words.
What? Aw.
Yeah, you're not that resilient.
We'll take
So
it.
I've got these 5 3x5 pieces of lizard man skin in my pouch.
You can probably get rid of those now.
Well, no, I'm going to have them sewn into a cloak.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Did you say three 3x5s?
Yeah, well, 5 3x5
I was gonna say that's
pieces of
okay. All right, 5 3x. I was gonna say 3 3x5 is gonna be a small ass cloak,
That's like a freaking index card.
right?
3x5 cards.
Shoulder.
It'd be great for Cade.
Good.
So let's say yes, but no. Yes, you'll be able to do something like that. Okay, but other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything else other than the river. Then, as I said, there's a path by the river that sort of leads out, and that you guys could follow out if you wish.
Well, we gotta take the stupid altar with us, so we gotta carry that thing.
We don't have to carry it. We can just say it's been destroyed.
Whoa, Dom? Okay, who told us to take it back? Think about who was just here.
Wait. So
big black dragon.
And by the way, all of you are good. Yes, some version of good. Or is anyone neutral?
Yeah, we're all good.
Some version of good.
Neutral.
You're lawful neutral. Okay,
I'm
so you're just like Salil is like
the most evil thing in this party. Yeah.
Yeah, so Salil's like, yeah, it's an altar.
And evil because you don't do anything. You sit back and watch everyone else. You're like idiots.
Yeah.
How evil you are.
The rest of you
I live by my own code of standards, and if that includes me surviving while you guys, like, if I was in Series stance, I would have been gone a lot longer.
Yes. What's up, Aura? The rest of you can sense, because you've all now come up close to it. The smoke, by the way, is dissipated. All of you can sense that this altar is extraordinarily evil. Even without detect evil spells, even without anything like that, it feels wrong. It feels like it feels uncomfortable even to look at it a little bit.
Here's the thing, Dom. I'm all for sinking in the swamp. That's all good. I'm not for disobeying the Black Dragon's order to take it with us. Okay? I don't think he likes litter in his lair. We can dump it in a puddle if you want. That's fine.
So you throw it down and you're like, hee hee, IKEA, and then you run away.
Yeah. Return something to prove that we went and saw the altar back to the Duke. Otherwise, we're going to probably get told off.
Well, what if we sink half of it and bring back half?
The Duke, and that Duke, she is...
Yeah, what if we sink half of it and bring back half so it's worthless? That way she can't say, well, this is all we got, sorry.
How heavy is it? How heavy is it, Arv, if I try and pick it up to the other
So there's a couple of interesting things about this. Number one, it looks like on the bottom of the altar, it looks like there was what used to be maybe like a base. And you would guess, although this is just a guess, it's all hollow. You would guess that this would actually have been used to hold the altar in place, because it looks like it could be filled. There's no holes in it whatsoever. So it looks like it's something which could have been used to sort of lock it down. It's obviously empty now, and so it's actually relatively light, sort of surprisingly light. And when when you're able to sort of pick it up, it's something which is, it's kind of bulky and not particularly comfortable, but you could probably move with it, and with at least a half of it, if that's what you want to take, without too much trouble, unless again you fill it up, in which case that would be a problem.
It's made of coral, right? Is that what you said, Arv?
It does look to be made of coral, yes.
Yeah, well, coral is pretty light, but seriously, we should really... I'm in the mood to obey the guy who maybe brought us back to life and just take the litter and clear it out of the room and go. I think that's a good idea. Unfortunately, I can't really help because I can't lift it. But if I could, I would be. So, seriously.
All right. I agree. What do you think, guys? What do you think?
My strength is 8, so I'm doing all kinds of watching over lifting.
Yep. No. What do you think? Should we do? What should we do with the altar? Should we take it back? Should we take partial amount of it back, or should we just leave it here?
Why don't we just keep it?
We're not keeping the evil altar, dude.
We can put it in the front room.
What's up, Law?
Make a
Nice
coffee
decoration.
table out of it.
Maybe conversation piece, get a coffee table book.
Yeah, so this is the evil altar. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's radiating evil.
Here's the kitchen. This is our den. That's the evil altar room. And over here.
I think the major question is like, what flavor of candles do you guys like? I like vanilla. I want to put those on.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if
What about Christmas cookie? That's a great.
Hi, Law.
I'm just trying to remember
Butterscotch pudding.
If the Duke ordered us to return the altar, or was it to find out what the hell was going on? Because Isterval told us to find out what's going on.
I don't see why we need to bring it back. It's here, it's evil. We figured out what was going on. I don't know.
Hey,
or we could profit and try to sell it to one of the local.
Can I roll
shops.
to remember of?
Can you roll to remember? Well, does anyone, before I do any of that, does anyone else remember what we were sent here for?
I've forgotten what she wanted us to exactly do.
I
know it's got to do with the lizard.
I wasn't around.
Wait,
I wasn't around for that. So.
Dom.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe it was to recover it because you and I had a conversation that I didn't trust Mention and didn't trust the Baroness, and I was right not to trust Mention, and we weren't going to return it. So ideally, we give her back half, and we lose. lose the other
Yeah.
half. And oh darn, we got what we could.
In answer to the question, by the way, because it has been a couple of weeks ago, this was the tribute, in quotes, that was given to Thoth by the Baroness. So originally this altar belonged to the Baroness. And she mentioned that it seemed like a fair price to sort of pay for soldiers' lives. And also, and then basically what Isteval had asked you to do is to investigate the connection, because the thing that was found in the mayor's house that the Red Wizard was trying to kill was a stained glass altar that was also broken. So, yeah.
So can someone tell me, since I wasn't here day one, who's the Baroness?
She's basically the leader of Daggerford.
Well, I see
No. The Baroness is the one who runs the hold. She's Crom's hold, right?
Crom's hold.
Yes.
And then why did she tell us to get the? She wants the altar. That's what.
The female dragon attacked them, sort of. They repelled her. She took her lizard people took the altar and left.
It's not female, male.
No. Basically, the dragon came to the castle and
yeah, you're right.
and demanded the altar.
Yeah.
For the soldiers. She accepted, and then after the dragon left, lizardmen came and attacked the castle, the keep.
Because they apparently hadn't gotten the orders.
I don't know if I really understand everything, but okay.
We're not sure we do either. It's a little complicated.
Okay.
So,
Well, you got the opening part, right? Which is that you're watching the hanging. This guy came and said that that Crom's hold had been attacked by a black dragon. You got to the Crom's hold, and they explained that, this lizard man attack happened, this black dragon was there, and the black dragon said he would stop if she paid him this tribute of this coral altar, which the Baroness did. And then Isteval told you, the guy who's the big paladin, sort of the muckety muck, the guy, the big cheese back in Daggerford, Isteval, who was with you, told you that because he had heard about the stained glass altar, the hanging was of the person who tried to kill the mayor, and when they found him trying to kill the mayor, they also found the stained glass altar that the mayor had kept was broken as well. So Isteval put the two things together in his mind and said he thinks that they're connected, those two altars, and so he wanted you to basically go and find out what happened to the altar and what the dragon was doing with it.
Okay. I'm also trying to remember, was mention given? Did the Baroness give us mention, or was mention one of?
Mention asked to go along.
Yeah, that's right. So we don't know.
She was a guide. She knew the swamp, etc., etc. She hired herself out to us, basically.
Yeah, but was it Isteval that that?
No.
No, Isteval didn't recommend her. No.
She was just there, kind of hanging on the outskirts, from what I recall. And then she kind of approached us, as I recall it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you vaguely knew her from the militia guard.
Yeah, you had seen her around. Yep.
So you vouched for her, Domdor, which means you're suspicious.
Da da da. Sorry, Salil, what's up?
Well, she's a good fighter. I can tell you that.
I was just wondering, you might have mentioned this earlier and I missed it, but are we back at full health, or where are we?
No, 5 hit points.
We're at 5.
Okay.
I'll take it. Better than -4.
I missed that then earlier.
I still think we sink half of it, take
Thank
back
you.
half, tell what's her face it was like this when we found it, and walk away. Dead serious.
Well,
that is
we're
my
gonna
plan.
find out what's happening, not really walk away. So.
Well, I mean, if we walk away from her for now, yeah, we're gonna be poking around, but this gets her off our back for a little bit.
Would
That's
anyone
my
be
point.
against chipping a small piece off of it to make an amulet out of?
I'm alright with that.
What is with you?
Wait, no, it's evil. Get the frick out of here. No.
I like how you're just looking down. It smells like, oh, that sounds like you're at a Home Depot. Oh, that sounds like a good project. Wait, what?
Whatsoever,
Okay.
one way or another.
Dude, Isteval is like a paladin. Do you want to ping every time you walk by him? I mean, seriously.
Bing, bing.
I mean,
It's like evil sonar.
It's like radar.
Just trying to gather
What is
up
this?
stuff.
I found it, I swear.
Yeah.
Aren't you evil, Optic? You want to be a necromancer, dude?
No, I'm neutral good.
Yeah.
I'm a
alright.
good
He's really
necromancer.
drifting that
Whatever.
way. All right, so
It's gonna be the
are we-
nicest warlock you'll ever meet.
Okay, here's the thing. Guys, I'd really like to get out of the dragon's lair. Can we take this thing outside and talk there in like some fresh air? I'd
Yeah, we're gonna
really
gear
like
up
to
as
get out of
well.
here.
We're gonna gear
Fresh
up.
air.
Yeah, well, fresher than here.
Yes.
Dead
Okay.
bodies, mold.
I'm assuming while we're arguing, we're gearing up and stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm totally.
No, I just assumed you were like staring while your gear sank into the
Yeah.
water behind you, as you know. No, yes, you are gearing up. So you're doing the whole like training montage, like whoosh, whoosh, locking back up, gearing up.
Yeah, training montage. I'm putting my robe on.
Right, everyone else takes 25 minutes, and then Soldil's like, robe. But then no, you pick up your staff, and like you
It's
notice
the most
everyone else is
dramatic,
still
like sash tying
right.
ever.
Well, right, exactly. Well, like everybody else is still going when you're done, so you just take your staff and you keep like passing it from hand to hand, like to make it seem like.
No, hey, he's got slippers. He's not barefoot. Come on.
And what a Fing, does he have a new boot?
Yeah, Fing is still one booted. I mean, Fing is not at his boot back.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
The 5 hit points did not restore his boot, so he is now Fing the Bareficus.
So Fing, what do you think? What do you think we should do? Half the altar? What do you think?
I say we
think
just
yes.
leave it.
I
leave the
tend
whole
to agree.
We should
Okay,
dump it because he did say
if the-
dump it. Like take it out.
Yeah,
of
just
his-
Dragon comes first. I'm pointing it straight at you guys. I swear
Oh,
to God.
well,
Why did
well,
the
yeah,
dragon
yeah,
tell
that's
us
what
to
I'm saying.
dump it?
Dragon
Get
told
rid
us
of it.
He just wanted it away from his side. That's all. Take the altar away.
Why?
Well, I think we should listen to him.
Isn't that what he wanted to take away from the hold?
Yeah,
Does-
I think
does
he
seem
wanted to
odd,
get away
doesn't it?
from them,
Okay, keep
but
in mind.
He
Keep in
doesn't
mind,
want
it was
it
the
around him either.
female who came out there and talked to them, not him.
The female dragon talked to the people
Yes.
and then took the altar
Yes.
back to the male dragon who
Just
doesn't
to
like
check, that is
the-
correct, right?
I'm gonna double check on that. I think that is right, but let me just double check.
With the feng shui of the room.
Let me make sure that's right.
Okay.
I think that's right.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went, but please verify that for me.
No, I thought the female dragon.
No. It was not. The female dragon is still a random element. You don't know where she is. That's Chalene, the mate. But Thos, it was Thos actually who did go and ask for the altar, and it is now Thos who's telling you to take the altar and get it away. That is true.
Okay, now I am confused.
Y'all are confusing.
You
Yeah,
could sew Foom a new boot out of this lizard skin.
Could we do that?
It's almost like it's a mystery.
By the way, if you want another boot, you got a body right here. You just go. ahead.
All right, you think they should make a new boot of the altar? I'm sure that a coral boot would be super comfortable. Foom like rips his foot into shreds.
It's an evil coral boot.
Yeah, exactly, evil coral boot.
It like
So
makes you
it's
trip
like
every once in a while.
extra itchy and cutty.
Plus 5 to global warming every time you
once
step in
a
an
while,
ocean.
randomly
And you have
somebody-
crazy dreams as well.
All right, I'm still for either ditching the whole thing in the swamp, or taking half back to what's her face and say, "Gee, this is what it was like when we found it."
Good news and bad news.
Yeah, exactly. Damn. Well, we got half it back. There you go. Have fun. But I'm not really keen on leaving it here because. Hey, I don't want.
I
evil
vote
dragon-
taking the whole altar back, and that's my vote.
Why?
Because
Why
they might be able to
trust
tell
the
we're lying
Baroness?
somehow.
Why do you?
Because whatever is inside them, we can make them. We can I was thinking like
Yeah.
temporarily deceive them.
No. That's even worse.
Like, you bring it forward and like duct tape, and you're like, all right, here you go, and you like run away. Before they-
It's
a
a
way-
gorilla glue in the swamp,
I'm
and
just
we put
thinking
it
of
together.
some
We
way
think
we
it's
can
okay.
use
That's see. Here's the thing,
It's the Craggle.
buddy. If we give him half, we did our job. The fact that we couldn't give him the other half is
All
not
right,
a
well,
problem.
I vote take half then. Okay.
All right. That's 2 votes for half. Who else is on board with that plan? This way, we're not pissing her off. We did the best we could.
Sure, just let me know where you ditched the half you're not keeping.
Put a mark in it.
Well, there's plenty of bogs around here, but if you want to brave the frogmen and the lizardmen and all that,
Well, we
you
haven't
can
gone
have
out yet. We
fun.
don't know what's out that. Down
Frogmen and lizardmen are out there. We know that for
Well,
sure
of
because we
course.
ran into on the way in.
So
All right, are we? Can we discuss this
Strong,
while we're
what?
out, folks?
What do
do you
you
want?
think? What are we doing? What do you?
I
what's
I
your
wasn't
vote?
here. I don't even.
I just
don't have all the
want to leave it.
information.
I don't think there's
Well,
any
you're
point.
here now.
Same.
But I don't think I understand like the whole.
We
How
it's like
everything
I put it. I
Like
put
each
it
other.
in chat. I
I
put
don't
it in.
either.
I say we like leave it outside, and if they want it back, they can come get it. We've been through some shit, dude. I wanna go back. Screw this thing.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I'm
reading
also
it,
going
but it
back
still doesn't
too.
make sense though.
Now, see, that's the thing that freaks me out. Why do you take it just to give it back?
Right.
And who was Mordor, whatever her name was, Morgan, whatever her name is, and what did they take from
Mordor.
They want it?
Mention Mordor. That's awesome. Mention.
Why didn't the dragon take it? I mean, surely it must
That's
have
her
been like,
alternate
ooh.
form now that she's gone evil on us. She's not Mordor.
Exactly. So
Normally we get along, or I just want to leave it though. We can get it out of there and just leave it, and then tell them where it is. Don't kill it, sink it, do whatever. Just get it out of there.
dude, really? The first question is like, you were tasked to bring it back. Why did you leave it? You got an answer for that?
It's
We
evil.
were tasked
We were
to bring it
supposed to bring
back. And we bring back half, and we lose the other half. Therefore, the altar can't be used. It's a win-win for everybody, especially us.
Unless she only gives
Otherwise-
us half a reward. Hey-oh.
Otherwise, we tell them we didn't even find it at all and just dump it.
Well, why don't we just break a chunk off of it, come back and flick it at her? You know, like I don't know. How much do we really need to prove it here?
You walk inside and do that. I'll be running the other way.
I think half
And
the altar would be good.
The other question
that's-
is this
yeah.
thing even going to allow us to break it?
Good point. I'm not going to try to break the potentially evil artifact, but you go right ahead. Just let me get like a mile away before you do
But
that.
didn't you say you only wanted to bring half back?
What if we do this? What if we?
It's already broken in half, though. Is the
I
thing.
don't want to make it into chunks. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why I'm stating this, because it already is broken in half.
Yeah. What if we hide the other half and say we know where it is? What are you gonna do?
What's it worth to you?
Well, we could just say we.
That's a nice half coral ultra you have there. Shame if anything happens to it.
Yeah. I say we give her some.
I'll
Push her
be
a little
going
bit
the
on.
other way, far away, and changing my name. You guys go with that plan. That's all good. Matter of fact, I'll live in the swamp. Screw
He's
it.
gonna change his name to Maid Carmidus, and everyone's like,
This is my
"Are you
home
Cade
now.
Marmidus?" No, that's my brother.
I don't know. Can we
Cousin.
just come? Can we just come back and like just bring a little chunk of it and say it was destroyed in a battle, and there you go. I don't know.
I don't see why a chunk versus half is any different.
Well, because half
The
an
chunk's
altar.
easy to carry.
Yeah.
Do you really want to take a swing at it? I mean, I'm dead serious. You really want to take a swing at this thing?
We're gonna have to
Well,
just
mention-
get it,
mention
cut it in
did
half
break
too,
it.
right?
No, it's
Well,
already
see, there's a
broken in
secret
half.
opening
Oh,
here.
And it's hollow. And it's hollow, so it's easy
Yeah.
to break.
So you think? If you want, look, go ahead. I just think it's light enough to carry. It's
Can I
not
get a
gonna
roll
knock
for
it
an,
down.
Can I get a roll for a fully armored elbow drop on this thing?
Well, you got your mace if you want. You can use your mace.
You could let chat decide.
Who? I don't know. I'm in
Oh,
my
yeah, throw it in the
imagination right
chats.
now. Who? Chat? What?
Okay.
I don't.
Oh dear God.
I'm curious. Well, just while you guys are
I'm
finishing up
getting
your
far away.
discussion.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I
I'm
get to-
getting far away.
Aris says take a swing at it. Vapion says turn it into the Necronomicon. Shadowed says he agrees with John. TNS says half goes to the boss, half goes to the paladin. Ten Tech Priest says I'm waiting for the dragon to resurface and yell at them for making so much noise arguing.
Pretty much.
I like Shadow's
Okay,
make a
okay.
freaking decision already.
TNS says a
Don't
paladin
worry,
would
we
want to know
spent
about
like
the altar
2
of
hours
evil.
thinking about how we're going to talk to the dragon. Now we're spending 2 hours on how we're going to.
Hey, hold on. I want to say just like stand back. I got this. I'm gonna try to break one of the halves in half. So
Okay.
then we're just carrying back a chunk.
All right, go ahead and make your roll.
What
Just
is
20
it,
sided.
Strength or?
No, you're gonna. It's an.
basic attack with your mace.
Basically an attack. It's it. Yep.
I'm hiding behind one of the stone plinths.
Okay.
Absolutely, I'm taking cover.
I thought you wanted to put yourself back on it and tie yourself back down and just like.
No.
Okay, so surprisingly, broken stone, broken coral altars are not very agile, so you hit it.
Right.
And so go ahead and make your damage roll.
Oh shit. That's funny. He's rolled like 4 every time. That is hilarious.
Okay, so you smash into it. So what happens is a spray of coral just like goes everywhere. And then when you sort of can, because you kind of do this, and then when you kind of open your eyes a little bit, you can see that there is indeed a chunk, in fact, a couple of small chunks on the ground. And then there's a bunch of small like coral pieces.
Good job.
Should we just gather some up? Oh, I'm losing everybody.
Whoa,
What's
yeah,
going on?
everyone
Oh,
just went out for a second.
Oh.
Wow.
Now they're all come back. Oh,
Hello.
they come back.
Hello.
Cade's
Did
back.
Did the whole thing just blink?
Yeah, no,
That
we
was-
just
that
you
was
guys
wild.
just kind of lost out for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dom
So there's chunks on the
door.
ground, is that what you
There's
said?
still those back.
Something's happening with my browser. It just randomly crashes at times. It's weird.
Yeah, mine
Gotta
just crashed.
So it's the internet, basically. Is what
All right.
you're
Well,
saying.
Sod is John Helfers, and John is Sod. So just hang
So
on a
obviously
second.
There were chunks on the ground. Is that correct?
Wait,
That's
you also
correct.
do it
There
at
are a
the
couple
same
of chunks
time,
on the ground. That's
Yeah,
correct.
mine went at the same time, and it
Did
was.
you get the browse little thing saying there was an error? And
Yeah, I got a shockwave blah 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 crash, but
Yeah.
it's
You know
weird because
what?
normally whenever that crashes, like
It's-
every single flash thing crashes, but it was
it's
all right.
Flash. Something wrong with Flash. I think it's Chrome's Flash up.
So
isn't being
hey,
updated
Fing,
or
if you want to just
something.
keep beating this thing to pieces, that works for me too. That is perfectly acceptable.
Can I continue to beat it to death?
Hey,
I mean, if you want, sure.
knock yourself out, man.
I-
It accomplishes the goal I want to accomplish.
I'm gonna take out the aggression of losing my boot on this thing. Oh shit! I forgot I have these.
Can we just
macros.
shortcut this till he beats it into pieces? I mean, I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. Yes. Basically, once he.
Kapow! I don't know. It's the same as
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude, that's awesome.
Damage. Oh.
Okay. So yeah. So basically,
piece
if
of
you
coral
want,
in my
you can
eye.
spend time. And of course, every time you do this, I should point out that this makes an enormous smashing sound that just echoes through the, like echoes through the cavern, and like just very, very loud and loud and
now we should probably
loud.
leave.
Anyway,
Is it done?
yes, but you break it up into little bits of chunks.
Okay.
That's what I say. Let's bring some chunks back and say it was just destroyed in a battle. Here you go.
There you go, TNS.
The
You're hit by
three
evil
Coral
shrapnel.
King
You're all
versus the
neutral.
Coral
Yeah.
Altar.
Yep.
The skalds will sing of you.
It is now broken in lots of pieces on the ground.
Good. Grab a chunk. Let's go.
I want a
grab a
chunk.
I think we're just
Grab-
wrapping up. Be like another.
All right.
Grab a couple chunks, obviously.
Okay.
We just finished. We survived, sort of.
Everybody
yeah.
grabs a chunk. Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
And is I don't see Optic as well.
He's not back yet.
Okay.
So I don't know what's
Probably
going on.
reboot.
We'll assume he has a chunk too.
Okay. All right. Everyone has a chunk. How fine? It's fairly. It's like medium chunks, basically. All right. Exactly. TNS. My son and I are trying to sleep.
Somebody's gonna have to let them know though that some way or another, Optic managed to get a chunk of coral.
Yes. Somehow. All right. You guys all have the chunks. What now?
Leaving.
Okay.
I want another
Get the hell
chunk.
out of here.
So you guys make your way out, and as you guys make your way out, you see and you sort of pass through this little passageway that I mentioned that hugs the wall, and before not too much time, it curves around and opens up into the cavern where you fought all the lizard men. And you see all the lizard men there, but you also see something else lying on the ground, face down, with a huge sword wound in her back, is a lizard man with a feathered headdress.
Wow. She got busy. She was alone. Damn.
I inspect I check her body, make sure.
She is very dead.
Grab.
And she
I
was
meant,
definitely.
like,
Oh, sorry.
Any items on.
No, she seems to have been mostly stripped of any valuable items, although she does have the drum still hanging from her belt, the sort of tambourine-ish type thing that she was beating on.
How many lizard men are around the body?
There are still like seven. There's as many as were before. Like, you guys killed, I think, 7 or 8, so they're all still lying there.
Oh wait, they're dead.
Mm-hmm. They're not.
Okay,
There's no living lizard men anymore.
Standing around.
Wait, so this is back in the riv area, or is this where was this? Sorry,
This is back in the map where you guys can see right now. This map right
Right,
here.
so like over here, you mean? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So they're just all dead bodies, basically.
That's correct.
Okay, that's fine. Checking out the statue. Was there like offerings around the thing? The big statue over, over here.
Okay. Yes, over in the temple side. Let me see, because I don't actually remember.
By the way, Optic, I destroyed the coral altar, and now you somehow have a piece of it, so you're welcome.
We're all taking souvenirs apparently.
We're all taking a couple chunks of it.
Yep.
Cool. 1 chunk of coral altar added.
I added chunk of evil to my inventory.
Yeah, it is an evil coral altar, so be sure to be.
Do you know if that's a hard polyp stony or a soft polyp? That coral.
That I don't actually know.
Can I-
It's pretty hard. Feels
Can
like
I roll
to
for that?
you. So okay, you guys, go over. The only thing that's in the back of the altar is this statue that I mentioned. That was standing there. This statue that's a crouching lizard folk that was modified to look like a black dragon, with these wings made of lashed wood and canvas, and these horns made of clay and glittering eyes and stuff.
Wait, glittering eyes? What kind of glittering eyes? I'm sorry, I want to investigate further, please.
You can take a look
Can I
at
be
it
the
if you like.
voice of reason and be like, we are still in the dragon's lair. Like, shouldn't we just go? Didn't we?
He can't. Well, probably can't make it up here. So
Are we
glittering eyes.
overstaying our welcome?
Just give me a minute. Yeah, look, I waited for you guys to argue half an hour with the damn coral. You can give me 1 minute here. Jesus.
Okay. Are you? So you're checking the you're checking the thing? Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see the statue is not right back against the wall. There's sort of, it's like the wall kind of extends around behind it and curves around. On it itself, it looks like the eyes are made of what you would guess would be possibly jade or some kind of, not emerald, but some kind of sort of opaque.
Stone?
So yes, that's correct.
But are they separate from the statue? Like someone actually inset them in there?
Yes.
I will carefully take my dagger and try to remove them.
Okay. All right. As he's doing that, anyone else doing anything?
I'm just waiting to get the hell out of here.
I'm still dead.
Okay.
I still have my eyes closed.
You're still back in the altar, like back in the room.
Oh,
Like,
then you're all alone, bud. Good luck.
all right. So it takes you probably about 10 minutes or so to pry out these two, and it's rather large actually, almost fist-sized chunks of what looks like maybe polished jade that you're able to pull out.
Okay. Great. Got something out of this frickin' death trap.
Okay.
Talking about my pack. There's nothing else behind the statue, just to double check.
Okay, so what are you doing to check in the back?
Well,
Behind on the statue itself, the wall behind. What do you?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, since I'm already on the statue to get the head, I go and start climbing down behind it and looking around to see if there's any kind of space, crevice, hidden thing.
Okay, there's nothing on the there's nothing sort of obviously noticeable, at least at the the top of the statue. If you want to do more sort of like checking at the base and then the wall behind it.
All the way down. Checking
Okay,
the wall,
so make
checking
an intelligence check for me then, please.
What the hell's my intelligence? Okay. Hang on.
Smart little rogue.
I'm the worst, but yeah, the problem is I always fail these. So
What's up, Clockwork?
It does not look good. Oh, 17. Sweet.
You actually discover what looks like a not very tall sort of outline of a door in the wall behind the statue.
Okay, that was unexpected. I have not opened it.
Not yet.
I will try to open it. Wait. Look for traps first, just to be safe.
Okay, go ahead and make that intelligence check in.
All right. This is probably gonna be the one I fail. Secret doors. Secret doors. And of course, I'm re-rolling that.
Get a one.
Re-rolling it. That is kind of freaky at first level. I don't know about that, but I'm re-rolling anyways. Don't care. Let's try that again. But I have to say, if it's another one or a failure, I have to take it. I don't have a choice. So just to let you guys know, I could screw myself. 8.
Perfectly safe. Looks
Okay.
perfectly safe.
Try to open it. I may regret this.
A huge boulder. No, I'm just kidding. So it actually slides open with no problem, and it actually behind it you see a sort of a glowing red room. The walls of the room are lined with these red clay bricks, is what it looks like, and there's groundwater seeping between the bricks. So there's these brown puddles on the stone floor, and then you'd have to see more. You'd actually have to walk into it.
Guys, I found something.
I'm ready to head out. I thought we were heading out. What's going on?
Hey. Well, okay, secret rooms are either really good or really bad, but I found a secret room.
Haven't we had enough bad?
All yours. I'll wait out here. I've had enough of this place.
Should we tie the rope to him first?
That would be nice. 2 tugs, and if I just fall over, just pull me back out.
Step into the light, Caroline.
That is something we're investing in whenever we get back to town. It's just a bunch of extra, I'm going to call it halfling room.
Well,
I've got a 50-foot hemp rope.
Arv, I tie myself off and toss it in the end. Hold on that for me, would you? And then I'm going to go in.
Oh my god.
So the rope just lies on the ground. Everyone stares at it. You walk in.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes him feel better.
So someone has piled dead leaves, loose earth, and other detritus, I like that word, in the southwest corner of the room, creating a mound that looks like it might be a bed. There's a narrow brick passageway that leads west into darkness. That's pretty much it, is just this mound that you see.
I can see in the dark, so it just leads off and I can't see any further.
Correct.
Mephiston's got it right. Yeah, exactly. You know, guys, we've not spent long enough in this place where we died, and where we brought back, and then threatened with being eaten again. Yeah, like,
Yep.
can we just go?
Yeah, can we leave, please?
I thought we were going to get the Icewind Dale.
Okay, Arv, I take a bow and arrow and shoot an arrow into the cluster of leaves and crap.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to stand at the door in case I need to bolt, so I'm going to fire an arrow into that, and I'm ready to run.
It makes a squishy sound.
Ooh. But nothing comes out. Nothing leaps out.
Nope.
Nothing attacks.
Nope.
But nothing comes out.
That's how it always starts.
Are there any sticks? Are there any, perchance, sticks here or anything long I can use?
I mean, there's lots of like loose earth and debris over in the mound.
Yeah, I don't like the mound. That's the problem. Is the arrow sticking out or did it fall over?
No, it's sticking into the mound.
Oh, I don't like that.
Tell you what, jump on the mound. If something happens, we'll pull you out.
Yeah, sure you will.
Yeah, just say cannonball first. Cannonball.
Yeah. Oh wait, nope. I only frick. Carefully drawing my sword, edging closer to it, and then I will poke it with my sword, still ready to run. Literally anytime I see anything move.
I'm gonna be eaten, guys. I'm gonna turn the camera.
Fucking move. Nothing.
Yep, that's all he is. Just
Stab deeper in. Nothing happens. Just.
Ow! No, just kidding. It's just.
Okay, start clearing stuff away. What's
Okay.
dead body?
So you start clearing stuff away, and you find a rotted and unlocked wooden chest
Oh, sweet.
below the bottom of it.
And turn it facing away from me.
Okay.
Open it up.
You open it up, and you see a bunch of coins, hundreds of coins. You see a leather pouch, and you see a silver-framed hand mirror.
Would the silver framed hand mirror fit in the pouch?
No. Leather pouch is too small.
All right. I'm going to take the mirror in the pouch and put them in my bag.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go back to the group and say, hey, I found a chest of coins.
Okay.
To the frickin' victor go the spoils.
You do
man.
that. All right.
Oh,
So
by the way, is there anything in the pouch? I will check that real quick.
there are 6 pink pearls.
Yeah, I'll keep those. Finder's fee. The mirror and the pink pearls go with me. I go back and say, oh, what kind of coins were they, by the way?
Copper.
No, copper. Copper schmopper. But I'll say, look, I found more copper. And the chest can't be moved, right? It's too rotted.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Just sifting through it, there's nothing else in there. Just
Not
to
that
make
you
sure.
can tell.
And then the mimic comes out, I know. Okay, tuck those in my bag, and then go back and say, well, there's a bunch of copper coins in a chest over there.
I don't care.
Okay, let's go.
Bit of copper.
They're all like tapping, like look at their watch. We gotta get out of here.
There is also a passageway to the west, but I'm good. We can leave. I'm fine.
Can we just knock him out and drag him?
No, I'm just telling you. Guys,
There's enough of us here. We can get him.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
go.
I'm down.
Let's leave. I'm walking towards the door.
Okay,
I'm out.
so you guys make your way up the stairs, and there is nothing besides the dripping water. Everything else seems to be silenced. There is no lizard men that you hear or see. No ritual drums beating. None of that. It all seems rather deserted. In fact, all the way to the entrance. And when you get to the entrance, as you literally walk out the entrance of the temple, you hear this sort of sound of what sounds like shouted orders. And then you look across and you see there's a boat, a rather nice-looking boat, actually, which is sailing across the water towards the temple. And in there you see these 6 heavily armored soldiers who are not plate armor, but like chain and that kind of thing. Heavily armored, and one in the front, looks and says, "That's about time," and hails you. Hey.
Can I tell from their armor? Do they have any crests or anything like that? Or
yes, they do
being
seem to have.
Do I know if they're like part of an army?
They do look to be, if you remember correctly, they are wearing a crest, and it looks like it's the Crom's Hold crest, if you're not mistaken.
I think we probably all recognize that. It shouldn't be that hard to remember on the pennants and crap.
So you actually, and so they pull the boat up.
I call out. Are you from Crom's Hold?
Yes, we've been looking for you for a while. And they land. The boat lands.
How did you find us?
Did he say something like it was about time? Is that what he said, Arv?
Yes. And he stands out and he says, "It's about time. It's been impossible to find you. Where you been going?" And he says, "I'm Sergeant Durin. These are the rest of my men. Istival sent us about 3 days ago when you hadn't returned. We got worried. We hadn't heard anything, and he told us to come find you if we could. He wants to know what's happening."
We found the altar. It's been destroyed.
Excellent.
I lost my.
So he says excellent, and then he hears these been destroyed. Excellent. Oh, it's destroyed.
Yeah. She's not gonna like this. She is.
How did it get destroyed? Well, never mind. You'll have to explain it to her yourself.
Let's get back. We don't want to. I better explain to her face to face, so you guys don't get in trouble.
A savage.
'Cause I know how she
battle.
is when she gets angry.
No. Hold on. So where did these guys come from? Where were you? Where are you? What?
My name's Sergeant Duren. These are my recon team. We were sent here by Istival to find you, and we've been looking around this god-blessed mosquito-covered marsh for the better part of 2 days.
And you just got here right after.
was not easy to find you.
If you hung a left at the blown-up ship, you would have been here within a half.
Well, about that, we couldn't find anything, and we were in trouble. We despaired of finding you, and then all of a sudden we heard this massive explosion, and then we said there must be something going on, and we found what was left of a wrecked ship.
By the way, we all look like.
Did you have anything to do with that?
No, nothing. I have no idea how that happened.
No.
Let's go home.
We were shocked about that explosion as you were.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, you need to speak to Istival and the Baroness about whatever it is that's happened. I'm just sent to find you.
Yes, we're a bit banged up, but...
Oh, yeah.
I can tell.
We may need a rest before we give our report.
You're a bit bitten up, too.
Do you have a spare boot?
He sort of looks at you and he's kind of like...
Walk around. Does anyone have a
You always walk around with one boot?
Poor cleric only has one boot. That's how bad it was in there, man. You don't know,
God.
man. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen things. Fing gives him the 1,000-boot stare.
Yeah.
Master cleric till I took an arrow to the boot.
Yeah, exactly. I used to be a cleric like you. All right. He says, no, I don't have a boot. You'll have to walk yourself and hope that the leeches don't kill you before the mosquitoes do.
You got a boat. I thought we were sailing back.
Not a boat, a boot.
Takes a swig of mead.
All right, you do. And you notice, by the way, Fing, that you think your last swig.
It's going to be a long walk.
Exactly.
Sober when he
So you accompany Sergeant Duren. Fing starts singing 99 bottles of mead on the wall as you guys are on the way back. It is a relatively uneventful trip thanks to the fact that he's got 6 heavily armored and relatively healthy guys with him. So you actually don't really have a lot of encounters that you're there. And you're able to make it back to Crom's hold. The Baroness is indeed not pleased with you. But Istival is able to convince her that you did the best that you could.
Hey, she got 6 pieces back, or 5.
But when the Baroness leaves, after having been somewhat disgusted, Istival sort of sits down and sort of, when you've been attended to, he heals your wounds, by the way. So you guys are back up to full on your health now. So he sits down and sort of and says, all right, listen, I did the best I could with the Baroness. We both know that she's not the kindest of sorts. But she is right about one thing. Something happened in there, and I want to know what.
Okay. This is where we've got to make sure that we're in a safe spot to explain all this.
I'm just sitting down somewhere.
Okay. You're back. He, by the way, has provided you a refill on your mead.
Beautiful.
And also you have a boot now.
Thank you.
You also got another boot.
Because the cleric drank most of mine.
You got another boot. It doesn't match really the other boot, but it's at least comfortable.
That's even better. That's even
So you're wearing like one Ugg boot and one like Doc Marten. So
No. I take it off and I throw it away. This is part of my character.
Just put the Doc Marten on your kicking foot.
You're always gonna have one boot. That is gonna have an effect in game. I'm telling you right now.
I'm one boot.
All right, one boot Foom.
Cromsold, you could probably buy one.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
The one boot salute.
All right, so Istival.
For now, until I find one that's worthy. No.
Dom, are you telling the story?
Okay. Gotcha.
You can join me if you want, Kate.
No, you have the report with him.
You're the one that
You have
talked
the report. He
to
doesn't
the
trust
dragon.
me.
All right,
He doesn't trust me
fine.
as far as he can throw me, which is pretty far.
All right.
Anyway.
So I basically explain all the way up to the dragon, and then explain how we met. Before we left, we met a guide who basically walked up to us and said that she could guide us through. And
nice, Shadow. Now it's part of me now. Like I said, I'm like Cinderella or whatever, man.
Sorry, it was the I lost my
I'm sorry. I watched that show and I just remembered that scene. And
that's funny.
That about killed me.
All right, sorry.
So good.
On you go.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
So on you go. All right, so you explain that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
I only have one of some is my thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
as you know, we made the deal with the dragon that we would leave and won't get it. And Cromsold will not get attacked anymore by the lizardmen or the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Until it decides
But-
to do other
Wait. Stop. You made it.
Yeah, that's what we told.
But I specifically told you not to get into a conflict with the dragon. I told you to find out what happened to the altar.
That was the non-conflict way.
Couldn't be helped, sir.
The non-conflict way? What madness is
Dude,
this?
we
How did
rolled
you get
like
the altar back from it?
We got like we did roll like 15 ones. I just want to. That's kind of, that's not our fault.
How is it
Let's
your?
say, like,
Don't take this the wrong way, Samil. But
Centipedes,
Went down.
leeches.
And,
so you guys all like chime in at
Lizard
once,
men.
telling about the
Yeah.
centipedes and everything. He's like, "All right, don't take this the wrong way, but why aren't you dead?"
We
That's a good question.
kinda...
That's a good question.
We were for a while, I think.
I don't remember. All I remember is black.
And then waking up, and we're not
And
really
then
sure
waking up.
ourselves.
Well, so all right, but then what happened when you found the altar? Why? What happened?
Strangely enough, the guide that came with us, she smashed the altar and stole something from inside the altar, and
Killed
I
the two
believe
lizardmen leaders.
yeah, there's something amiss here because the altar up at what was it called again? The place with the other altar was
In
destroyed?
Daggerford, the house of the mayor.
Yeah, the house of the mayor was also smashed, and
Yes.
we,
Did you
we
find
know
anything?
this
Did you
altar-
find anything inside it?
No, that's the thing, and
We
there was an
think
evil,
Maven took
a very evil
something
presence
out
from the
of
altar as soon as it was smashed.
Hmm.
So something was in there, and something bad, and we don't know what it is. But we do have a clue, and that's mentioned. She stole the item and left, and basically
She was definitely more than
snuck
just
away.
How
She was
did
more than
she
just a
steal the
guide.
item and leave? Couldn't you
Basi-
stop her?
magic.
What kind of
Smoke
magic?
bombs. She's a smoke bomb.
Well, she also disappeared. I mean, didn't
And
just
disappeared.
leave. I
True.
mean,
So
We couldn't find
when
her.
so when you say that word, when you say that she disappeared, you notice that his face pales for a moment, and sort of pales for a moment, and then she sort of looks around, and then he says, "Interesting. Well, it's a good thing that you've found information at any rate." But you definitely noticed that when you said the thing about disappeared, like his face kind of went white for a minute, and then he sort of like, recovered, and he says, he says, "So let's see. We found 2 altars, stained glass, one of them sky,
both destroyed.
coral, water. If I'm right, there must be 2 others then. 1 sky, 1 water, 1 earth, 1 fire. 4 altars, my friends, 4.
we'll get the band back together. It'll be great. Back on
Yes.
tour.
And the only clue that we have is mention, and basically I describe mention to him.
So
And if
he
you could-
so he kind of like is just he sort of shakes his head and is kind of like
If
This is
she doesn't, he
troubling.
doesn't know her.
no, he said did you describe it? And he says, "I think I know the one of whom you speak, but I haven't seen her for a little while, I suppose, but I haven't paid too much attention. I've been holed up in this damnable place."
If you see her, there's some questions that need to ask her.
Well, do you know where she resides, or
Uh,
can you look up the records, the soldier records? Or anything
I
like
imagine, but she would have lived back in Daggerford at the very least. Would have to return there, which we should be doing anyway. I've had
Yes,
enough of
yes,
waiting
of
out with the
course.
Baroness and everything else. We need to go back and find out what happens next.
Oh, now it randomly work? I don't know.
And I will
Well, yeah,
speak
we'll
with
do
the
it-
Duke,
we'll
and
do it
I
in
will
the
speak
morning.
with the Duke of your heroism as well. In the meantime, I plan to consult with a few old friends. Perhaps I can learn more about what these altars are all about.
Sounds like a plan.
And so you guys chat for a little bit more. The next day, you guys end up actually heading out to return back to Daggerford. And when you're welcomed back, I mean, Isteval quickly spreads around the word that you've done some good deeds. And so it's not like everyone is like, woohoo, It's, people are not that incredibly excited about it, but definitely there's still some people that are left in town, sort of left over from the previous festival and all that kind of stuff. So you guys are enjoying, cutscene forward about a week or so. While you guys are enjoying some downtime in your favorite watering hole, one of the taverns called the Sweaty Unicorn. You guys are enjoying some downtime there, and then you see a familiar face. The tavern is packed with sweaty people complaining about the heat and humidity. "I never thought I'd miss the rain," says the barmaid as she dispenses drinks. Suddenly you hear a loud banging outside. Peering out a dirt-stained window that doesn't look like it's been opened in years, you see 2 members of the town watch, a cheery halfling fellow and a stern human woman. The halfling exchanges pleasantries work. Forget password. Exchanges pleasantries with a small crowd of people while the woman nails a wanted poster to a wooden post. When she turns, you see that she is missing her left ear, and you recognize her. It is Mention.
Casually get up and stroll outside.
Pretty much walk up and grab her.
Well, that wasn't my...
Okay. So you stroll outside. Domdor grabs her. He's like, what do you want? Who the hell are you?
Mention. Are you Mention? Mention?
Yes, of course I'm Mention. Who do you think I am? Who the hell are you?
Interesting.
You don't recognize...
And she was knocking up the...
Yeah.
Yes, she was knocking up something. Now
I look over at the
at what it is. What she's nailed up is a rough sketch of a bald, chubby-faced woman in her late 20s with beady black eyes and no eyebrows. And below the picture is this following declaration: "Wanted alive, Darwood Dallian, wizard of ill repute, also known as Boo Boo Doll. Last seen with a recently deceased Arvik Zaltos." Arvik Zaltos was the wizard that was hung at the beginning of this adventure. "One day prior to Arvik's capture by the town guard. She stands accused of conspiracy to inflict harm upon the good citizens of Daggerford and theft with regard to the property and holdings of Lord Darfin Floshin. Was last seen wearing red robes and a black wig. 50 gold pieces for information leading to arrest, or 1,000 gold pieces for her capture." That's what you see.
So, Maven, where have you been the last few days? Or actually, a week ago. 10 days ago, maybe.
Here, obviously, guarding the town. Where have you been gallivanting off to?
How do you do that weird echo with your voice?
Wait, just so quickly.
Okay, no, that's okay. I'm just curious. Good, good. More soldiers like you. Thanks very much. Okay, bye.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, with that little revelation, that is the conclusion of Part 1, Adventure 1, Fane of the Sunswallower. So first of all,
oh nice,
very good job, you guys.
Awesome.
Part two will lead on from this. Now, before we close up shop just for this one, I do want to mention that you guys received a FNAF experience to raise you 2 levels. So you are going to be going to level 3, going into the next one. Yep. You guys are going to be going into level 3. Couple of quick post-mortems I want to mention. First of all, I think you guys did very, very well on a lot of the discussions. Occasionally they went a little long, but not too bad. For the most part, I think you guys did a very good job sort of focusing on the things you needed to. I also thought you did fairly well on the sort of combat side and then kind of being aware of the things around you. So, so good work on that score. And yeah, but as I said, this is part 1. There's 3 more parts to go, but part 1 is complete. So let's get some love for the Infinity and Beyond crew in chat. Chat, do we get some love for the people?
And some love for ours too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you
very much, dude. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. It's good times.
That link in chat. That's for you. Thank you, sir. It's been a lot of fun.
An A+ for me. Yay! For Ralphie! Nice. Oh, that's awesome. From a tremendous movie. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good stuff. Yeah, you guys made it. That was good times. You successfully completed a quest. Get the GM new dice. Yeah, you could have actually won that fight, but there was, fortunately for you, the lizard men were not calling the shots here. Not all of them, anyway.
So. Well, we did have some really bad rolls on our side too.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
That was.
But good work. Good work. And I will tell you guys, by the way, just to sort of tease the next part of it, that the second part of 4 is called The Cursed Crypts of Amberghoul. So that is the second part of Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. So, yes.
Okay. Cool.
So that's it. So as far as like what's up next, by the way, in case people are curious about from the D&D side, the next up for us is going to be a session of Icewind Dale. And I think actually we'll probably be doing, my guess is 2 sessions of Icewind Dale, I believe is what we said. And then we'll be returning to the second adventure, the second part of this adventure of pen and paper, I believe, if I've got that right.
Icewind what?
I mean, I don't want to, but that's my guess is that's what we agreed to before, so I'm just letting everybody know. But I hope the chat enjoyed it, and I hope if you liked what you saw and heard that you will follow, because that would be very nice. before we sort of wrap up for the evening, you guys, I just want to mention I am going to close out the cast and do a giveaway, and we'll do a raid of somebody. But I want to mention that tomorrow evening, it's going to be late-ish, like probably 10, I'm guessing, because I'm going to be out until then. But Series and I are going to be continuing our Divinity Original Sin co-op run. So if you guys are interested, then please make sure to check that out. And then next week, for my solo cast, I am going back to Guacamelee. I'm going to try to finish that up. And then after that, I think I'm moving on to
How are you
Mirrors.
liking Guacamelee, by the way?
I like it a lot. I'm really impressed with it, actually. Yeah, I really like it.
I need to start it again because I played it for like 20 minutes. And
It's really, I'm surprised how complex some of the puzzles were even in it too.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
So I like it, and I love the humor also. So I like Guacamelee, and then I'm going to be doing, I think, Mirror's Edge. I'm going to be giving that a try, and then Final Fantasy VI, because I've never done a run through of that. So that's the solo
That's
sort of
gonna be
stuff
very
going
interesting.
forward. But yes, so we will see. But I hope that everybody enjoys. I hope everybody enjoyed the stuff in chat. And don't go anywhere, chat, because we are going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to raid someone in just a minute. But got any last words, IAB crew, before I send you off on your?
Oh, this is awesome. Looking forward to part 2.
Yeah, it was amazing, and I will be casting Mount Your Friends here in just a second.
Okay, cool. All right, so he's going to be casting Mount Your Friends. Optic. By the way, everyone wish Optic well, because Optic. Can we tell them about the possible maybe good news? The recent. Optic. Our friend Optic here may be managing a GameStop.